matchup. Both of these characters are definitely susceptible to getting beaten by by good frame data. Thankfully, Kirby has some of that in stride, so I would actually give this at least an advantage state. I give Kirby the better advantage state in this matchup. The problem comes in the neutral game when Bowser Jr. can just kind of push side B and outspeed you in a lot of scenarios.
Yeah, in terms of character choices, these are two of the more uncommon characters that you would see in general. But like you mentioned before, combo games isn't really so much of Bowser Jr.'s strong suit, but he can get a lot off of a lot of DI reads. In this case, Kirby, a lot of easier confirms to deal with. Like you mentioned, I feel like it is a slightly easier matchup in Kirby's favor that it could be, more because of his size and more because of the kill power in the other side too. Like a lot of due to Bowser Jr.'s heaviness, that will be a key factor as to whether or not, Kirby will be able to get a good combo game. As you see, that side B just taking Kirby off of him before that up B can even connect. And right now, both players just keeping their edge, trying to maintain center stage. What you want to do in this matchup is basically just that. Make sure you have stage control the whole time. Do anything you can to keep your opponent out of stage, just like you see right there, that dash attack almost doing the deed right there.
Yeah, so in general, they are trying to hold center stage, but unfortunately for Bowser Jr., against this character, it's a big struggle to try and keep Kirby out. The speed of Kirby's normals, like even though Kirby doesn't have the good airspeed, once Kirby gets in, it's very difficult for Bowser Jr. and his size to get out. Unfortunately, Kirby going to lose that stock, and then Bowser Jr. also going to lose that stock to that nice well-timed up smash from Kirby there.
Yeah, and right now what you want to do as Bowser Jr. is you just want to not allow Kirby to continuously just pressure you the way that he is right now, just getting in your face. He's saying, "Get off me." Bowser Jr. is what he wants to do is right there. You have your opponent at the corner. You would just want to keep him as far away from the center stage as possible. But it looks like this Kirby, it looks like probably not Epic, is doing anything epic. Anything but not being epic right now, because he is just tallying up this damage already, 99%, and that is a reasonable percentage to have Bowser Jr. to get a confirm like that.
Oh my goodness,
now
what?
He off the stage.
What an edge guard right there.
Yeah, very unorthodox play. You don't really see Kirby's go for that too often, but it paid off. Sometimes it's not about going for the more optimal things. Sometimes it's about going for the more big brain things. You could say galaxy brain at times, because it's something you don't expect, and it's something like, why would anybody do this? In the back of your mind, your opponent's thinking, he's not going to do this. But you do it and it will work once in a while.
I was going to say, in that situation, it was, Bowser Jr. was definitely out of options. I'm fairly certain to use this jump. It was very difficult for Bowser Jr. to even up beat a ledge when there's an active hitbox there. That rock was a perfect way to get the kill. Thankfully, it was enough to kill off the top. But now we have Kirby on the edge, looking a little bit in danger here. If Bowser Jr. gets his ledge trap, he's dead. Unfortunately, he's going to be pressing the issue. Bowser Jr. needs to get this kill right now before Kirby gets the next hit, or this is going to be a little bit insurmountable, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, one thing that's going to be a key factor towards the rest of the stat. Oh, no tech right there for Grit, gonna cost him the game. Unfortunate. We really have to be aware of those kind of moments, because anything can happen. You have to be ready for tech at all times, but in this case, Grit missing his tech. And I was going to mention right before he lost that stock, teching against Kirby is such a must to do in this case. Absolutely. Because if he's able to get the jab blocks, you're gonna take a good amount of percent, even if you're not at that co-percent. Just look at that dash attack, man.
Yep, just running under all the obstacles Bowser Jr. is putting in the way. Yeah, right there, just Bowser Jr. unfortunately not really playing the matchup effectively enough. Right there, Kirby, against a lot of characters would die in that situation if you maybe pushed an air right after, try to catch the double jump on it. Thankfully for Kirby, he has 5 of those, so very, very difficult for that setup to work, and this reversal of fortune got back aired for it into the stage and lost that game 1 for it.
Yeah, and it's not like Grit did anything wrong. I feel like he was doing okay. I feel like he just has to be a little bit more mindful about what to throw out. We did see a lot of cannons, which is not a usual touch for many Bowser Jr. mains to use in general, but I guess it's more of like a just throwing out projectiles, just trying to force Kirby to get in. But even then, with Kirby finding those openings as he is right now, you're just going to get damage like that. And that's something to be mindful of. If you're Grit, you have to figure out how to space your attacks, and you have to tech those kind of situations, because Kirby will take full advantage of it. But you see right there, up throw into a few up air strings. Whoa, get some damage.
Amazing setup, and oh my goodness, that was a fantastic kill. I was not expecting Kirby to die in that situation, but that was a fantastic setup from the Bowser Jr. And now he's got an amazing lead, getting started with that up throw combo there.
Yeah, that's a good way to start off. Sometimes it's all about building a little bit of momentum. Right now you have him at the corner, but good usage of good awareness, just shielding right in time. 61% and then some already added. This is definitely a different Grit we're seeing game 2 compared to game 1.
I like that he slightly delayed the forward smash to try and catch a spot dodge. Kirby did not bite, but that's generally good practice if you're looking for kills in that situation. I'm very happy to see that from Grit here.
Yeah, just in general, I mean, now he's utilizing that side B a lot more to his favor, because now he's just running at Kirby with it, using that drive-by to your advantage, especially when it's a kill option and catching the dash attack with that forward smash.
Fantastic whiff punish on the dash attack right there. Now we're going to see the backer. Kirby, in a ledge trap situation, he's got good frame data. He might be able to catch Bowser Jr. landing here. Unfortunately, Bowser Jr. going to get back on stage and punish with that side B. This is looking like a pretty clean win for Grit here. This is a pretty rough comeback for Kirby. Oh, an accidental air dodge. Oh, great recovery though. Barely dodging that up B. Nice nair, and he's going to finally get that kill. Now, this is definitely a difficult comeback for Kirby, but if he gets one hit, he is gonna build Bowser Jr. up to about like 50 or 60% if he executes properly. Oh, unfortunately, going to get air dodged.
Yeah, this is where the mind games come into effect if you're Kirby, because now you know that you struggle to kill sometimes, but you do have those hefty, strong kill options as well in terms of, like, you know, your smash attacks and some of your aerials too. But before he can even get there, you have to make sure you get this damage. That combo game is going to have to be a key factor right now to make this 3-to-1 stock comeback. Even though he's already taken 1 stock, so you know he's already slightly getting there. He's halfway there if you mention the percent that he's already put on in this Bowser Jr., but it seems like Grit is just going off right now. He's one more good confirm away from sealing the stock.
Yep. Good DI on that on the up B hitbox from that. Oh my goodness, and he hits the air dash over to avoid the back air and then tap that A button and knock Kirby off of the screen. We're going to game 3. Surprising.
Yeah.
Just based off of that game 1, it seems completely crazy that Grit was able to flip the script like that. That whiff punish on the dash attack was definitely the highlight of the set, though. Definitely was a nail in the coffin. Probably not epic. And then here's the final kill here. Probably going to be and then here he goes for the up B, air dodges to dodge the back air, recovers, taps that A button, kills Kirby, and here we go into game 3. I believe we're going to be getting the same characters here. I don't think.
Yeah, that was a really good call out right there from Grit. Just taking advantage of the air dodge and just catching it right when he needed to seal that final stock. And I think the key factor there was also just the change of stage. You know, PS2s tend to be a neutral stage, which, you know, for many characters, it's not an issue. It's just more of like, you know, who can maintain center stage. But Battlefield, that does a lot of wonders for a character like Bowser Jr. because he can set up his Mecha Koopas. He can just worry about having a lot of stage control because he gets to move around and, you know, just use his projectiles to the best of his abilities. And even then, like, with a stage like Battlefield, since it's wider blast zones, not only from the top but from the sides as well, it will be a little bit more trickier to kill a character like Bowser Jr. just because he's heavier. And in Kirby's case, you know, we've been seeing him die a little early. We saw from that first stock, he died at a pretty early percent. I don't want to say it's a reasonable percent for Kirby, but in a stage like Battlefield, it's technically a little bit too early to die there. But you know what? It is game 3. One of these players will move on to the winner side of things. The other will have to say hello to the losers bracket and await their opponent there. But till then, I think we're getting a few swaps because they've just been going in and out.
They might be having. I'm curious as to what Epic's character choice might be here if he is going to change. Kirby definitely on Battlefield specifically, very difficult time landing. Oh, he's just gonna stick with the Kirby. I think he maybe just took a moment to collect himself, try to think about what went wrong in that game, and make sure he makes the right counter pick here. Let's see where he went.
Yeah, and I think we're going to take things to Smashville. Definitely a big change of scenery in terms of how big a stage is from Battlefield to Smashville. You know, that's such a drastic change. You know, but either way. What you want to do in this matchup is just exactly what you've been trying to do this whole time, and that is maintain center stage. And right now, you see both players going very even right now. Both players just doing everything they can to survive.
Yeah. Epic's Epic's up Bs in these neutral positions are definitely like being thrown out to just try and cover side B. Unfortunately, Bowser Jr. just not biting. I'm curious to see if either of them will adjust accordingly to that habit, either for a punish or to just play neutral a little bit better. But right now, Kirby with the lead. Nice forward air to get the recovery going. Ooh.
Wow, and nice usage of the cannonball. You haven't really been seeing that connect too often, but it's good that it connected in that scenario, because if it did not, that was definitely going to put this Bowser Jr. in a bad predicament off stage. But right now, both staying alive, both sitting at high percents. None of them wanting to die right now, just trying to maintain that center stage, as I've been mentioning before. And right now, just going at it, throwing out any small attacks that will do. That back air won't feel it, but in an off-stage situation,
this is sometimes what we need. Alright, we are going to get that recovery there. Oh, that up B, definitely unsafe on block. Unfortunately, Bowser Jr. not spaced properly to punish it. These up Bs are definitely getting a little bit wacky. If Kirby was to lose the stock here and he was to rely on those in later on in this match, he'd definitely run into a little bit of trouble, maybe getting punished. But that back air is going to seal that stock away. That is a big lead for Kirby, because now Bowser Jr. has to hard commit to one of his kill moves in order to. Ooh.
And I love the option. That was great awareness. That is not something you see so often. It was just, getting the call out. He didn't get the final confirm, but just the fact that he was ready for it. He knew exactly where Kirby was going to land and be just barely missing. So Kirby sneaking out from getting that stock taken away. But you know what? At 159%, eventually Kirby's going to have to die. A little puffball will be going down, and now we are at 2 stocks apiece. But at 51% of extra credit already dealt, what is going through Grit's mind? What is it that he has to do a little bit different to get his head back in the game?
That's a good question. The up B out of shield, they're definitely working in his favor this time, but that's definitely like the up Bs in the set from both players have been a little bit risky, and you're seeing the fruits, and you saw the fruits of that in the last stock with Kirby losing his stock for pushing up B over the ledge again. Oh, but that is a huge punish.
Yeah.
And technically a frame trap. That was very good from probably not Epic here. Oh, Mecha Koopa. He's got to be a little bit more aware of that, and in that situation maybe grab or something like that to try and get the throw armor. But right now, Bowser Jr. looking for this back air, looking for this quick kill. Fortunately, Kirby kind of sitting in the air, trying to force Bowser Jr. here to commit to a double jump to siphon off his options.
And I love how Grit's doing a good job of just like playing it safe, being a little bit more passive with his options, and knowing how to space his options when it comes down to his aerials. That jab gonna get Kirby off stage, but now he has to worry about trying to seal his stock. Going for a raw forward smash, not gonna get anything out of it. But the side B, not enough. Oh, well, he's being very passive, but being very, aware of what to throw out and when to throw it out. Just like that up smash, going to seal the stock. And we are practically even right now, Musty.
Yeah, no, this is looking very close. This first match is coming down to be a little bit of a nail biter. Oh, the forward tilt, looking for the tech option. Unfortunately, Kirby not having the fastest run speed isn't really able to chase tech situations that go a little bit out of his reach. Right, so it makes him a little bit of a weaker character in this game. But
that could have been horrendous right there for Kirby. Just a little bit of awareness, knowing that he had to DI that, because that Mecha Koopa almost cost him that stock, but being sent pretty far deep into the blast zone. Right now, Kirby maintaining center stage, and he is crazy going for the hammer.
He's a little that was a little nuts. If he was a little bit further forward, he definitely would have punished that landing with the side B. Unfortunately, wasn't in the right spot. The skid out, gonna get the hit, gives him center stage. Bowser Jr. really looking for this kill, but he's having trouble setting up into it. Oh, nice reversal grab. Yep, there's the throw. Like I was saying, using the throw armor to beat the Mecha Koopa is very important in this matchup for any character. Oh, that was so risky.
Forward smash, that is risky, and it's gonna cost him his chance to maybe even get back on stage. Right now, Bowser Jr. playing patient, just playing the mind games, holding shield, and now not letting him touch the ground whatsoever.
Oh, bad rock, and oh man, that is an unfortunate loss. Definitely a little bit of a panic option there, and unfortunately for probably not Epic though, Grit is going to take the set with the Bowser Jr. Reverse 2-0. Very good showing from both players, but
yeah, you have to respect the option that probably not Epic did go for there. It's not your optimal thing, and he did notice that Grit started chasing towards him. But it wasn't enough, and I guess Grit was just one step ahead. He knew exactly what could have happened if he were to land anywhere near that down B. And for that reason, he takes the game, he takes the set, he will move on to the next round. And what a way to kick off this Northeast Arena.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.